We rarely have meetings at Nodix, and I wanted to share how we make that happen. We break actions or tasks down into two different categories. We have synchronous and asynchronous. Internally, we just shorten these to sync and async. These are two different types of timing or communication modes, and understanding the difference between these two can unlock a whole new level of productivity for your teams. Let's start with the definitions. Synchronous means existing or occurring at the same time. Asynchronous, not existing or happening at the same time. Who would have guessed? So in this context, an example of a synchronous piece of communication would be a phone call, a Zoom meeting, a face-to-face conversation, or an in-person meeting. Asynchronous communication would be things like Slack messages, Teams messages, emails, recorded video messages like Loom videos, or working off of a project management tool like ClickUp or Asana or Trello. Now, just to be clear, I am not an anti-meeting guy. I just think that meetings are often overused and unnecessary compared to async communications in most contexts and conversations. There are two large downfalls to sync type communication. They are extremely expensive, and they often don't allow real critical thinking. How are they expensive, you might ask? Well, people cost money, and oftentimes people that are in meetings all the time cost a lot of money. Let's take an hour planning meeting that occurs weekly that includes the CEO, the COO, 3 department leads, and 2 EAs. Just for easy math, we'll say that collectively these people make $500 an hour. $26,000. That's how much this weekly meeting costs you each year. Now ask yourself this. Are you really getting 26 grand of work done in those meetings? Here's another example. The infamous all hands or town hall. Let's say you have 100 employees and the average hourly compensation across your whole company is $65 an hour. You have a 30-minute all hands meeting, $3,250. That is the cost of the town hall. Now you have to ask yourself, is 3 grand worth of value really being delivered to your team? I'll tell you how to fix this in a bit, but let's talk about the second, and in my opinion, the more damaging downfall of synchronous meetings. They don't allow critical thinking. Synchronous meetings tend to block critical thinking because they create time pressure, constant social signaling, and context switching that favor a quick consensus over slow, reflective thinking. So in other words, it's a great way to get a bunch of people to go, yeah, that's a good idea, and all go on their way. People aren't sitting down and actually thinking critically through all of the things that they should be, which is so funny because that's the reason that most people have meetings in the first place. Like I said, this can be good, but it's almost never the environment that people want to create when they have meetings. And also, as a bonus tip, never make decisions on a call. It's a rule that we've had for a while and it's served us really well, so you can take it or leave it. But we never make any decisions on a call. We all take it home on our own time and then send a message of our final thoughts. So, problems. We have expensive meetings and we have no room for critical thinking in those meetings. How do we fix this? Asynchronous communication, plus a memo, plus culture fix, plus a quick optional sync if it's needed. And we're gonna break all these down. First, use asynchronous channels properly. This kills the whole "this could have been an email" vibe. So things like daily updates, project updates, information broadcasts like those town halls, meetings to approve like spend or new hires or new tools, just use Slack or Teams for this stuff. Even an email is better than taking 30 minutes of someone's time for something that could have just been an email. Especially trainings. Don't hop on a call with someone to show them how to do it. Record a Loom video where you share your screen and a little picture of you talking in the bottom corner, walk them through it, and then send it to them. They can watch it as many times as they want. And now that time that you spent that could have just been a one-on-one meeting, that time can now be distributed to an entire team that can watch that training continuously. Second, write a freaking memo. I'll get into memos in a different video, but here's like the core components of a really good memo. A good memo includes context, which is why does this memo exist? It includes the problem or the goal, what needs to be changed or what needs to be decided. It includes your recommendation. So the person that's writing the memo, like, I think we should do XYZ. This is the proposed action. It includes, in my opinion, most importantly, your rationale. So why do I think that this is the best decision or the best option? And then it includes the next steps. What happens and who owns it? And you're probably thinking that's like a whole meeting. Yes, that's the point. You write the memo, you have everybody read the memo, and then if you need to, you can get on a 5 to 15 minute call, read the memo again to get everybody on the same page. The memo is basically the meeting. Third, fix your culture. I can already hear some of you saying, well, my team doesn't read the updates. I have to get them on a call because if I don't, they won't listen. Super easy fix. Explain the expectations at your company. Explain that your team reads updates and then reacts with an emoji once they're done reading it. Explain the expectations should they choose not to read the update. That's totally fine. You don't have to read the update. You just can't work here and not read the update. Boom. 2 steps. Say you need to read the updates. Tell them what happens if they don't read the updates. You just saved 26 grand a year. Lastly, now that your teams are using the async channels properly, they're writing memos, which again is basically the whole meeting, and you've clearly communicated the expectations around reading and interacting with the updates, you can still offer that 5 to 15 minute alignment call if you need to or if you want to. Change these things and you'll be amazed how much more productive your teams will become.